Okay, so today, very firstly, I would like to express my views over a couple of topics. And very firstly, let me familiarize you with those a couple of topics. My very first topic named PewDiePie, and the very second topic that is about a story that named Mother. And without ruining and waiting any moment of time, let's get straight into a couple of topics firstly. Okay, so according to the very first topic, you know what? The thing is that PewDiePie is the name of a channel, and that same sort of channel is quite much prominent and renowned. Even in a word, this is the most searched topic. This is the most searched thing of YouTube and of Google as well. And moreover, you know what? According to me, lakhs of people every day search for the YouTube channel named PewDiePie. And furthermore, you know what? The subscribers of this channel are quite much, are handsome, hefty, and sizable, innumerable, considerable, numerous, and ample and considerable amounted. That's the fact. And so, you know what? Somehow, it just urged me, it prompted me inwardly to just speak on this same sort of topic which named PewDiePie. And unfortunately, to my utter dismay, you know what? For over time, for a prolonged period of time and consistently, I just tried my level best to just look for the meaning of PewDiePie, but in vain, but cut it twice, but to no avail. You know what? Many a time, whenever I searched about this topic, so I just got to know about the man, about the owner of this YouTube channel, and his name that was pretty much Herculean one and arduous one and gigantic one for me to pronounce one. So you know what? I've forgotten his name. That's the fact, but let it be. You know what? His subscribers are 111 million. His views are 28.41 billion. Really? And in addition to, you know what, he has been working on that same YouTube channel for over 12 years. And in addition to, he commenced with that same sort of channel on 29 April 2010. Really, it's a prolonged period of time, really. And in addition to, he experimented his channel with comedy, drama, actions, even music, songs, and video games as well. And in addition to, you know what, according to me, after making videos, he got more subscribers. And furthermore, you know what, he got more subscribers in the very third year of making the videos. That's the greatest thing. And in addition to the location, that is Japan itself. And in addition to his fan following, that is worldwide, really. And even his channel, which named PewDiePie, that attracts a global audience. You know what? The way and manner in which PewDiePie's owner speaks, that is pretty much awesome one, amazing one, fascinating one, even eye-catching one, and spellbounding one, astonishing one as well. And in addition to, you know what, in 2010 there were less competitors on YouTube, and so due to which PewDiePie got popular. And even, you know what, the recognition of PewDiePie channel that used to enhance and uplift, as you know what, there were lack of competitors in that time. But now in 2023, the competition that is quite much Herculean one, formidable one, fearful one, gigantic one. And even, you know what, it's itself my ILZ to get subscribers over 100. That's the fact. Even yet, I'm having merely 82 subscribers. And even many a time, I just tried my level best to convince people for subscribing my YouTube channel, but in vain. Even at once, I just downloaded one of the beauty apps on my mobile, and with a view and with the sole motto of just getting more and more subscribers due to the facial beauty, online facial beauty. And so due to that app, you know what, I was just looking like a ghost. I was just looking like a great devil. And in addition to, I was just convincing people for subscribing my YouTube channel, and the views are over 100. And in addition to, some of the people, some of the philanthropist, human and compassionate people used to subscribe my YouTube channel. On the contrary, others used to ignore me completely. Others used to neglect whatever I was saying about. But you know what, their attention, the attention of my audience, that was drawn completely by the way and manner I was decorated with the help of the beauty app. And so that beauty app, that was pretty much obnoxious one, malicious one. And as that beauty app used to just depict and display me as a ghost, and my face that turned pretty much white than usual. Before, even my lips, they turned red in spite of not applying the lipstick on my lips. And furthermore, you know what, I got the full entire bridal makeup on my face. And but initially it appeared to me that I would look pretty much awesome while I would be speaking before the camera, but in vain. And even the vice versa of this took place. I was looking pretty much malicious, tragic, and terrible in looks purposes. And in addition to the attention of my viewers, that was completely drawn due to my lipstick, red lipstick, the online red lipstick. That's a fact, but let it be. And furthermore, you know what, the thing is that it's itself the ideal zeal of many people, of sizable and handsome mounted people, to get more and more subscribers and views on the YouTube channel. But the owner of the PewDiePie, he has got, you know what, millions of subscribers and billions of views. Really, it's incredible one, unbelievable one as well. And you know what? It so happened due to working hard. For instance, if one is working harder for speaking something in English, so initially one would fail, and even according to me, one would fail many a time. But one day, one would tend to be able to speak English, and even with a good pronunciation, with a use of the good vocabulary, handsome and even high flown and dignified vocabulary as well. And it can happen with the help of the practice. And you know what, English, that is not my mother tongue. My mother tongue, that is Hindi. And even in India, nobody tries to speak in English, and even everyone tries to speak in their own mother languages. In India, there are over 20 languages. And in addition to, you know what, the Tamil people, they just speak in Tamil. On the contrary, the Gujarat people, they just speak in Gujarati. The people who live in Haryana or Punjab, they just speak in the Punjabi language. On the contrary, the people of Bundelkhand, they just speak in the Bundelkhandi language, the Indian Hindi language. And furthermore, the Hindi language, that is not the pure Hindi one over here. Here is the Bundelkhandi language. Nevertheless, due to getting the bad ambience, even the adverse environment, some of the people, they are unable to learn English. And unlike me, and in addition to, I just really worked hard for learning English. I used to read sizable and innumerable books on the regular basis, and I used to read English essays. And in addition to, I used to just switch over to watch out the, even to listen the English podcasters of Jack. And nowadays, Jack, he is not up to date on YouTube for making or even uploading YouTube videos. And so due to which I'm quite much crestfallen. You know what, it hurted me completely inwardly. But let it be. And furthermore, I'm the greatest fan of Lucy Bella and Jack from True Fluency. As you know what, a couple of years ago, I was myself a learner of English. I was a beginner of learning a language which named English. You know what, English is a foreign language. And so due to which, inwardly something prompted me to learn English. And furthermore, you know what, I used to watch out the podcasters of Jack. Even I used to listen to the good English orators. And due to just listening to them, you know what, it appeared to me that I was learning English in one manner. And in addition to, my listening skills got clear, got good. And furthermore, I just aspired for speaking English for over 30 minutes, and one day I did, really. Initially, I used to speak English for a couple of minutes, and gradually I used to just increase my time. I used to uplift and intensify my duration of speaking English. And very first day, I used to speak in English for a short span of time, and it was itself a couple of minutes. And thereafter, I used to speak English for 5 minutes, and thereafter I used to speak English for 8 minutes, thereafter 10, thereafter 15, thereafter 20, and thereafter 30. And one day I used to speak English for 45 minutes, and thereafter for 50, and thereafter for 1 hour. And one day I spoke English for a couple of hours consistently, as I was getting more and more content. And since I didn't like the content, and so due to which I got motivated completely to speak English for a couple of hours, even without quenching the thirst. You know what I was just looking for the water as my throat that turned dry due to speaking English a lot. And you know what, speaking something in any language that needs energy, and one is needing energy in the form of liquid like water or glucose, or in the form of the desert delicacies, food, meals. That's the fact. And so one shouldn't be without of energy, as if one would be without energy, so you know what, one would be unable to just do any work. And even you know what, one would be unable to do any work with full of the self-esteem and full determination as well. But let it be. And furthermore, today I wanna, hopefully, fortunately, I just wanna express my views over a story, and that story named Mother. And very firstly, you know what, the story is completely emotional one, heart touching one. The last day I wanted to speak on the story but I used to cover 20 minutes speaking English with merely one topic, which was itself speaking and listening skills. And the moment when I used to take a glimpse of time, so you know what, the time that left me dumbstruck, paler, and a garden ever. As the fact is that the time that was itself 20 minutes. And I thought that if I would try to just make a video of over 20 minutes, so I would hardly upload that one on YouTube, as more data would come in handy, more data would be needed, and more time would be needed. Even I thought that more battery of the mobile, that too would be needed. As you know what, uploading something on YouTube or on any on any website, that needs data. And I just like data many a time and especially my mobile lacks data many a time. That's the fact, as I'm not having data, but my mobile is having the data, especially Wi-Fi as well. And internet as well, Google, WhatsApp as well. Not WhatsApp, but YouTube. And you know what, I didn't try to install WhatsApp on my mobile, as I thought that all day long I would be just scrolling the mobile, and even surfing the WhatsApp groups, and even watching out the status of many guys, many colleagues as well. And even it happened with me earlier, and it happens with me many a time whenever I just come on the terrace, and whenever I just come on the upstairs. So I just try the level best to just tease my younger sister's mobile, and I just watch out status over there. Even whenever I just come across my elder sister's mobile, so I just switch over to just scroll WhatsApp groups. Even I just switch over to watch out the DP, mobile DP, and even the status as well. And thereafter I just comment upon the status of many of the people. And so due to which my elder sister she turned violent one day. And especially, you know what, it's my habit to just write something in English, especially to remark over something to someone in English. And so you know what, one day I used to watch out one of the status, and thereafter I just wanted to know that who was that guy who was involved in the status. And so I used to just ask from one of the person that who is this guy who is involved in the status. And so the opponent, he was unable to fathom me, as I put it down in English. And that guy, the opponent, he was he firstly, he was completely unfamiliarized with Hindi. That's the fact. Not English. He was completely unfamiliarized with English. He was completely familiarized with Hindi. He was having a solid foundation over Hindi, but not over English. That was the fact. And so that person, he was completely spellbound and flabbergasted and astonished, dumbfounded, and startled due to my comment and remark. And that same person used to just entreat me for writing and for taking down and putting down that same sort of thing in Hindi, instead. Okay, let it be. And let me just give you a colorful account of a story. That story named Mother. One day, a boy he named Bhola, he just got up in the finally morning, and what he saw, that left him dumbstruck, paler, and forgotten ever. He was in a fix. He was pretty much alarmed. He caught sight at his mother, who was sleeping, and over her body there was a white attire, white wardrobe stuff robe. And he thought that his mother was sleeping. His mother was taking the relaxation. His mother was relieving the body by sleeping, even by dozing off, or even by getting into a slumber. And you know what? The reality was that his mother was no more. She had already passed away from the world, from the earth. That was the fact. And the boy, he got unaware. He was completely unfamiliarized with that emotional fact. And in addition to the people, they were mourning over the death, over the corpse, the dead body of the lady. And within no time, pretty soon, the people, they used to just take away the body from that area. And the people, they were unphilanthropist, unbenevolent, unhumane, and so they didn't try to take her child along with her for just burning the body. And even they used to just entreat one of the maidens for just looking after the child. And that child, firstly, that boy, he was a little one. He is just 7 or 8 years old, and he was not having enough knowledge to fathom each and everything, to understand each and everything. And later on, you know what, one day, that boy used to ask from his siblings about his mother. The siblings used to relate this, that she has gone to her maternal family, especially to her brother's residence and habitual. And so, you know what? After that boy, he felt contented and thrilling beyond measure as he got to know something related to his mother. And later on, that boy went for playing outside, and from there, he got to know that his mother was no more. And even thereafter, you know what, he felt completely dejected and disappointed and depressed than ever. And at once, he was just sitting under the open sky, and he used to just watch out the sky, and without brooding over anything, without musing at and wondering at anything. And pretty soon, you know what, he caught sight at one of the kites which was flying in the sky. And he aspired for getting a kite. And he thought completely that if he would be having a kite, so he would be tend to enable to just send the kite up to the god for retaking the mother from the god, from the sky. And that same boy, he used to ask from his dad for buying a kite for him. But his dad, you know what, his dad, he was in a trauma. He was facing a dilemma as he lost his wife. And you know what, he used to love his wife, he used to adore his wife quite much. But so due to that fact, he used to ignore his child. And even whatever his child used to relate to him, that went beyond of his level of understanding. And furthermore, the father of that child, he was in a trance. He was unable to understand the situation and fathom the situation and scenario and circumstance as well, as each and everything was unbearable for him, as he lost his wife, whom he loved quite much in the olden days, and even at that same juncture as well. And so later on, that boy, he thought that his dad would try to buy a kite for him, but in vain, nothing happened like that. And after some days, that boy used to just steal the money from his father's coat. The boy used to just steal a couple of rupees from his father's coat, and thereafter, that boy used to give the 2 rupee coin to another boy for buying a kite for him. And that boy used to buy a kite for him. And you know what, that boy used to just share his plan with the another lad. And that lad was more sage and cunning as compared to that boy who named Bhola. And that boy used to relate to him that, you know what, if you are aspiring for taking your mother back from the god, so you know what you are needing is the thread, the thick thread. With the help of the thick thread, you can just retake your mom from the god. And so the following day, that boy used to just steal 1 rupee note from his father's coat. And thereafter, that boy used to entreat another boy for buying the big thread, even the thick thread, from one of the kite shop. And later on, that boy used to attach the kite along with the thread. And the moment while that boy was about to just go to the terrace for flying the kite, so at the same juncture, you know what, unfortunately, his dad took place over there. his dad dropped in there, and his dad used to ask him about the stolen money. And initially that boy used to deny about knowing any knowledge regarding the stolen money. And later on, when his dad caught sight at the kite, so his dad got to know the wholesome scenario and circumstance. And at last his dad used to shower blows on his face. And even later on, the companion of that boy, he used to relate this, that that your son just wanted to just send the kite up to the god for retaking the mother. And when the dad got to know about that one, so he used to weep bitterly and he used to sob inconsolably. So this is the quite emotional story.